Have you ever wondered why some dogs just seem completely lost when you give them a command? It turns out, not all breeds are created equal when it comes to smarts, and some are just, well, a bit clueless. Today, we're going to explore which dog breed holds the title for being the most clueless of them all. When it comes to dog intelligence, there are a lot of misconceptions out there. People often think that intelligence is all about obedience, but it's actually about problem solving and adapting to situations. Some breeds are naturally more inclined to follow commands, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're smarter. Meanwhile, other breeds might be a bit more stubborn, but that's not to say they're not intelligent in their own way. Intelligence also varies within breeds, so you can't just label an entire breed as smart or dumb. What's more, intelligence is not the only factor that determines a dog's ability to learn. You also have to consider their motivation, attention span, and prior experiences. So, when we talk about dog breeds being clueless, we're not necessarily saying they're stupid, just that they might need a little extra patience and understanding from their owners. One of the most important things to remember is that every dog is an individual, and their intelligence and abilities can vary greatly. So, before we dive into the most clueless dog breeds, let's keep in mind that these labels are meant to be lighthearted and fun, rather than taken as a scientific assessment of their cognitive abilities. Bulldogs, for example, are often stereotyped as being lazy and dim-witted, but in reality, they're just very laid back and can be quite stubborn at times. Pugs, on the other hand, are known for their playful, curious nature, but they can also be quite mischievous and require consistent training. Then there are breeds like the Afghan Hound, which are often referred to as aloof or independent, but in reality, they're just highly intelligent and need to be challenged mentally. One breed that really stands out when it comes to being clueless is the Basset Hound. These adorable dogs are known for their short legs and long ears, but they're also notoriously difficult to train. They have a strong sense of smell and can get easily distracted, which makes them prone to following their noses rather than listening to commands. They're also notorious for being a bit stubborn and can be quite resistant to change. Another breed that often gets labeled as clueless is the Bloodhound. These dogs are renowned for their incredible tracking abilities, but they can also be quite single-minded and focused on the task at hand. They're not always the most attentive dogs, and can often get lost in their own little world. Then there's the Shih Tzu, which is often seen as a lapdog, but can actually be quite feisty and independent. They're prone to getting anxious and stressed, which can make them a bit more challenging to train. But drumroll, please. The breed that takes the title for being the most clueless of them all is the Beagle. These adorable dogs are known for their cute faces and floppy ears, but they're also notoriously difficult to train. They have a strong sense of smell and can get easily distracted, which makes them prone to following their noses rather than listening to commands. They're also notorious for being a bit stubborn and can be quite resistant to change. But despite all this, Beagles are also incredibly loving and friendly, and make great companions for those willing to put in the time and effort to train them. So, there you have it, the Beagle takes the title for being the most clueless dog breed out there. But before we wrap up, let's remember that cluelessness can often lead to endearing qualities in dogs, and that every breed has its unique quirks and characteristics that make them special. Thanks for watching, and if you've had any experiences with clueless dog breeds, be sure to share them in the comments below. And if you want to see more funny dog moments, be sure to check out our previous video on the topic.